Good morning, my lovelies. As you can see, this morning I was going to start on my chicken coop and get a good start on that and do some of my gardening, but as you can see, my fence has broke off down here at the bottom. See, it's broke off down here at the bottom, and the only thing holding it up is my electrical box. So, I'm out of breath because I've been sitting on my ass all winter. Okay, so I've got to fix my fence. So I'm hoping I can dig down enough by just using these 2 posts I got. I'm hoping I can dig down enough to put them in and then tie this old fence into it. If not, I've got some fence panels in the shed to fix it. But this is the best tool ever. I'm gonna tell you what. Everybody talking about all this electric shit and everything else. You know what? In a shift situation, SHTF situation, I will still be able to fix my fence post and dig my fence post. Yes, it's hard work. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's hard work. I'm sweating, okay? But I'll still be able to do work around the house. So if you see something like this, which is a fence pole digger, see how that is? I don't know if you can tell that, but that's about 1.5 feet down. And they say they put Quikrete and rock and all that, but I found in my area, even with pressure treated lumber, it's so wet that even if you do that, it only lasts about a year or two, and then you have to replace it anyway. So yeah, that's what's recommended, but I've never had a problem doing it this way, and I've done almost this whole fence that way. So I mean, that fence has been up now going on 4 years, and I've never had a problem with it. So this here is the original fence. It's been up for about 5 years, and it needs to be replaced because the dog done been playing with it. You see that? The dog been trying to get out again, and he's famous for that. So we got to fix it, and then we can go and work on our little baby chicken coop. Now, I know my chickens ain't gonna be ready for a while to come outside, but I've also got my 2 greenhouses here. I got to get them weed eated and take the tops off and get my green beans planted and my peas planted. And I got to, of course, weed eat out this garden bed right here, which has got all my garlic. As you can see, we got good garlic going right now. And I got one, check this out, I got 1 onion. You see this? I got 1 onion. 1 onion in this whole garlic bed, and I know I planted more than 1 onion. So we got all kinds of clover coming up, which, don't get me wrong, I'm sure the rabbits would love it, but I don't eat clover. And all of this is chickweed mixed in with nightshade, so I don't take a chance with that either. So all of this will get pulled, and you know, I'll leave the garlic here, and in between the garlic, I have found that in between the garlic I can plant my green peppers and Roma tomato or 2 here in this small part of the garden bed right here. But back here, these are my mature garlic plants. These are the ones I let go to seed, and as you can see, here in about another month or 2, I'm going to have to start pulling some of those because they come out. The garlic bulbs on them are as big as my hand, and Y'all know the greenhouse that I built, right? Y'all gonna love this now. It is spring. Check it out. My strawberries are blooming. Do you see that? My strawberries are blooming. They are blooming. And here are my chives. My chives are doing well. They survived the winter like this. Look at that. All my chives all the way around. And as you can see, I kind of opened it up to the sky because we're getting warm now, so we want to vent it. So what I'm going to do this year is I'm going to take this plastic off on the roof here. Okay, and I'm probably going to put longer plastic and make it a little bit better than what it's looking like, and then I'm going to use this plastic here on the walls, because I'm planning on, if they come back, right now it's not looking good that they're going to come back, but you know, all these little holes here in the cement blocks, I'm going to have stuff growing in. As you can see, I've got strawberries growing in a couple of them, and then of course I got that chickweed and growing in the back, and clover and everything else trying to come up through the bed. But you know, it's a constant battle here, folks. Okay, and I got chives, and I got so much chives and so much garlic, I don't know what to do with it, to be honest with you. But I plan on planting like my carrots and stuff, and they did real well doing this last year. I just have to refill the cinder blocks, you know, before I transplant my carrots. And they did real well last year. I mean, I got carrots 2-3 foot tall. So they did real well. I believe that moved. Looky here, my peach tree. Do you see my peach tree is blooming? I didn't think it would make it, but looky here, it is blooming. It is blooming. I'm so happy about this. Y'all have no idea. I am so happy about this. This one survived. I can't say the same about this one back here. This was a maple tree, and I was hoping to get, you know, to have a maple tree back here, you know, to fill this corner, but it doesn't look like it survived. And my pecan tree, see my old pecan tree? That's a female pecan tree, and since I don't have no male pecan trees anywhere near here, I don't get any pecans. All I get is the little pods coming off of it. So I don't know if that's a false pecan or whatever it is, but it's a beautiful tree when she blooms. So, you know, I'm not going to cut it down anytime soon. And these right here, now, for those who are interested, these are my potato barrels. Now, last year I didn't get hardly any potatoes. Now, I found out what my problem was. Okay, so this is a live and learn type situation. And what my problem was that I had them sitting straight down on the ground, so the barrels didn't drain. So this year, I'm going to, you see here, that's supposedly my basil tree. But my basils, they didn't survive either. I mean, we got really freezing temperature and they just died. And yeah, so we're going to take this area here where these are stacked. This is probably where I'm going to put my chicken coop, and I'm going to run it out. I've got 6 chickens, so hello mama bee. I'm going to run it out probably about here, so they have a nice long chicken run. And then I have a compost pile back there in the back corner there. And the reason I'm not putting it down here where you would think I would put it, down there along that fence line, is because when we have a lot of rain, from the edge of this shed back to the fence line, it normally floods. So I don't want to flood my chickens out. So we want to put them up here. So you notice I don't plant anything back there because it floods. And I tried digging a trench, and that got filled up with dirt and debris, and I ended up just refilling it. And And so there's not much I can do with that section of the yard. I mean, I might plant some flowers and it'd look pretty, but you know, and maybe I can grow like some watermelon or something that likes a lot of water. But I got bamboo trees that are loving it. But yeah, that whole section there I can't use at all, because what it does is it runs. I don't know if you can tell, but you can tell where there's no plants, right? You see that? There's no plants, because this runs right like that. And it will run right towards that corner down there. And this whole section here, from the corner of that all the way to the corner of here, in hurricane season, is normally flooded with anywhere from 4 to 6 inches of water. And it's just unusable for anything, you know, because you would think, well, that's good, it's rainwater, right? No, this is brackish water from like the bay. So it literally kills everything under it, because it's kind of got that high salt content. Now I have found that this chickweed, the chickweed loves it, and the clover loves it, which is great for if you got rabbits. Okay, but I planted blackberries. Do you see any blackberries? I planted blackberries all along this fence line, and it killed every one of them. So, you know, I don't know what to say. I mean, this right here is like my compost pile. And as you can see, I got some kind of vine trying to grow there, but it's not blackberry. I can guarantee you that's not blackberry. That's some kind of other vine, and it doesn't produce anything. So it pretty much just came the trash pile. But you can see, I got this huge tree trying to grow through. You know, everything's trying to grow through here. And I have a big, it looked like a big bamboo tree done broke off and fell in the neighbor's yard. I don't know about that, but see these bamboo trees? Look at that. I want to give you an idea how big these are. That's how big around they are, man. They're big as round as my hand. And they go all the way up there. So this is great for, see that? I can barely get my hand around that one. These are great for taking these little shoots off. You know, they grow up around it, and you can eat it. But when it gets this big, there's not much else you can do except wait for shoots to come up and eat the little shoots that come up. Man, those are good. Those are really good for like with your fried rice and stuff. That's really, really good for those who eat fried rice. Now, the reason I'm not going to put the chicken coop around here is because the dog likes to run through here. And it doesn't get a lot of sun here. So yeah, it would be good in the summertime, because you know they'd be shaded a little bit, but in the wintertime they'd be freezing. So that's why I'm not going to put the chicken coop there, and that's why I'm thinking of putting it over here and just using a tarp to shade them. As you can see, I got a mess going right here. There's a swimming pool, and we had to dump the swimming pool because it was full of all these. You see all these leaves? It was full of all these leaves, and it was halfway full with water. So we pulled that up. So I'm gonna pull this tarp up because this tarp did absolutely nothing. And you know, we can reuse that tarp for something. So this is what I'm doing today, folks. And you know, we got our containers here. Last year I grew potatoes in these, and I did get some, and I don't see any coming up. I mean, I left a couple in there, but This year I'm probably, oh look at there, there's a potato right there. See that potato? I'm probably going to pull all these out and redo the containers in, you know, in some old tomato plant. See my old tomato plant coming up there? So, and this is my blueberry tree. See my blueberry tree? My blueberry tree has already got blossoms on it too. See that? How about that? This is the blueberry tree that really produces. It comes out with blueberries like about like that big around, big. The problem I have, which is why I put it up close to the porch, is the birds. You know. So this is my other blueberry tree. This is a different type of blueberry tree. And you have to do this, if you didn't know this, you have to do this with blueberry trees. You have to have different varieties close to each other, otherwise they won't produce at all. And then I've got 2 more over there by that garden bed, which this garden bed over here. Now, if you haven't heard of them before, this is a Birdie's garden bed. And I've had this up, this will be the 2nd year I've had it up. As you can see, there is absolutely no rust anywhere. You see that? There's no rust anywhere. And I'm not perfect, you see. I kind of cut it a little bit short on the trim. But this is solid. This is solid, folks. And I got onions planted in here. So my onions will be coming up soon, I hope. That's my other blueberry bush. This is a blueberry bush. Okay, this is a different blueberry. And this one, I got from Home Depot. And it just says blueberry assorted. So, high bush. This one's a high bush. So, yeah. So these are all 4 different types of blueberries. I love blueberries, by the way. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Is I'm going to be cleaning these containers out, fixing the fence first, because that's the number one. Number one priority is the fence. Once I get the fence fixed, because I got a panel in the shed, so I got a panel and a half in the shed to fix this section of my fence, put new fencing up, and tie the old fencing into the new fencing. So basically I have a double fence there. And then once I get that done, then I'm probably going to take a lunch break, because this is hard work, folks. So this is what I'm doing today. And you know, one little step at a time, folks. You see my dandelions coming up? I might get enough dandelions this year that I'll make some dandelion jelly. Maybe. Because I got a bunch in the front yard too. And around here in my yard, I don't worry about it, because I've been here 5 years now with no pesticides used anywhere on my yard. So yes, I have to worry about pests a little bit more, but I don't worry about digging anything up and eating it straight out of the ground if I want here, because I know there's no pesticides used in my land for the last 5-6 years. So yeah, we're not worried. We give them the flowers a little bit of time. This is mostly for the honeybees in the area, because we do have them here, the honeybees and the bumblebees in the area. So they can come and eat freely. And I haven't seen but a few of the carpenter bees, and that's really concerning to me, because you know, normally this time of year I would see the little wasp and everything else, and I'm not seeing that this year. So I'm hoping it's just a strange situation, and they just haven't been showing themselves when I've been looking. Now I do have the little baby flies coming, which are little pollinators, right? See this little bee right there? I don't know if you can tell, but there he is. He's just a little teeny little honeybee. He looks like a honeybee, is about that big. That's all I have as far as pollinators go right now. And that, that is kind of concerning to me. Because, you know, without the pollinators, nothing grows. Okay, you're not going to get no fruit. So that's a little bit concerning to me. But it's still a little bit early in the season. So maybe it's just, maybe they just haven't started coming out yet. I don't know. It is warm enough for them to be out though. And this is why I'm letting the yard grow just a little bit with the flowers, just so I can attract a little bit more of them into the yard. Yeah, we'll be having to cut this next week. I mean, I can let them go for a little while, but I can't let it go too long or else my lawnmower will start choking up because it's so thick here. And this is what you get for sitting on your butt all winter. You know, I got branches everywhere, I got leaves everywhere, got things growed all up everywhere. But I hope y'all enjoyed the tour of my little piece of heaven here in North Carolina, Outer Banks. And drop me a comment and let me know what y'all are doing. I would love to hear what y'all are doing on your area. And if you have any advice for me as far as a chicken coop or anything goes, or if you think I'm thinking wrong about putting it in the middle of the yard like that. I don't want to put it by the peach tree because obviously, you know, we need to leave 6 feet around that peach tree for growth. So tell me what you think. All right, I'm gonna let y'all go, and I got to get back to work. Peace.